Hey guys, Noal Floyd here. A lot of times people, they want to put on a facade or something like that and just kind of a front, and they don't really want to release the real reason why they're trying to make extra money or why they're struggling or anything like that. And I just want to say something right here, okay, guys. If we continue to dwell in the past and we continue to even let our current situation get to us, okay? We can be drugged down quicker than anything, okay? And, a lot of times our family are not big supporters of what we do, our personal friends are not big supporters of what we do. But if we continue to let that ghost of the past haunt us, okay, it's hard to get away from what we're doing. So I just want just share a little bit with you about my past, though, okay, and why I had to overcome some of the things that happened to me in my past. I just want to, start out right now by saying that I was not your typical person when it come to, when I got married. My wife and I had substantially, probably a larger income than most newly married couples. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm not saying that to boast or anything like that. But let me tell you about some of the challenges that I faced. Okay, I think our first 2, 3, 4 years of marriage, um, between the both of us, we earned over $100,000 in those years, and per year. Now, I adjusted my lifestyle to a $100,000 or $120,000 a year lifestyle. I was not intelligent with my money. I was not smart with my money. I'd done things and bought things that I should not have done. I, I did not manage my money very well at all. So I was, as long as I was making $120,000 a year, I was fine. I was perfectly fine. I was comfortable. But what I didn't realize is I was really broke. Okay, because I was in the National Guard, and as many people know, I went and served in Iraqi freedom. Okay, now I'm not blaming this on anybody. I'm blaming this on myself. I'm just telling you my situation. But what happened was my income was significantly cut when I went to Iraq, and then any time that the guard called me up for 3, 4, 5 months, my income was cut. Well, then we had a few slow years at work where I didn't really make that much income. But you know what? My lifestyle was still demanding that $100,000 to $120,000 a year income, and I was not making it. Okay, and at the time, I personally was like, well, you know what? I can go get me a credit card. We never really dealt with credit cards much, and I got me a credit card, and start putting things on a credit card, thinking, well, you start making that money again, we get back on our feet, blah blah blah. Guys, I know that some of you have seen this and some of you have done this before. Okay, it never ends well, does it? Never. So, you know, I kept digging myself a hole and digging it and digging it and digging it, and I was finally to the point where we had more going out than we had coming in. You never want to be at that point, guys. And I've heard people say before that millionaire's broke or that millionaire's broke. And I looked at people that were making over $100,000 a year, and they were broke. And I would hear my friends say, "Well, how are they broke? They make that much money." Guys, I know how they were broke, okay, because I was doing the same things that they were doing. I was driving 2 Mercedes Benz. I was driving a Dodge Ram pickup truck, and I had payments on all three, two of which were over $600 each. Okay, I had nearly $1,800 a month going out in car payments alone. Never get yourself in this situation ever. Okay, guys, I just I feel like I need to share this with you. A lot of people will message me and say, well, I don't have the same background you do, or I don't have this opportunity, the same opportunity you did. Yes, you do. You have it. Okay, I had to realize something had to change. Okay, and as we had more going out and we had coming in, guys, I had never missed a payment on anything ever. As money started slowing down coming in for me, or we were laid off, or we were struggling to make ends meet, or I just had way too many payments now, than what I had. I might have had to drive a little further. Gas went up, stuff like that. The decisions I made got me where I was at. Okay, so it was a big, big problem that I had created for myself, and I can't blame anybody but myself. And that was the deal. I had more going out than I had coming in, and we got to the point for 2 or 3 years where we were just barely getting by, barely getting by. And it brought me to the point of, okay, what payment do I need to miss this month or be late on? And it was the most humbling experience I've ever had, guys, because we were used to credit scores of over 800. My wife and I together, we had perfect credit. The I start selling personal belongings. I start selling everything I can. I start selling guns. I sell off one of the cars, which that was probably a great decision to sell one of the cars. I start selling other things just to try to keep making ends meet. And however, my lifestyle, or not my lifestyle, but my mindset still wasn't right. Okay, it still wasn't right in the sense that we would still be going out to eat, spending 50, 60, $70 on meals twice a week. We would still do that. Okay, and it brought us to the point where I had to make a decision. Do I lose the two cars that I have to get to work, my wife's car, my car? Do I lose my house? Do I lose everything I have because I can't keep up with the payments? Or do I go file bankruptcy? Never in my life had that even passed me by. I was the kind of person that if you file bankruptcy, you're a failure. You're a loser. You can't do anything. Why in the world did you get yourself in that situation? And we went and talked to a lawyer, and I sat down and I showed him what we had going out and what we had coming in, and he said, man, he said, here's the thing. He said, you make too much money for me to clear your debt. He said, but you can file this thing called Chapter 13 bankruptcy. He said, it's kind of like a restructure. He said, but as much money you make, you got to pay it all back. I said, okay, what's the payment? The payment was $1,150 a month for 5 years. I was paying more than that in my payments, or my payments equaled more than that, but it was all I could do. It was all I could do to be able to understand that I was going to have to make an $1,150 payment. I could keep my house. I could keep my two cars. I could keep the property that I had. Everything was just going to be combined in one payment. It was very disturbing to me that I had to do this, okay? Very disturbing to me that I had to do this. We went home, I'm not one to ask for help, and I don't ask for help. I never ask for help, but we were so far behind at that point. It was like, what do we do? Do we let the bank foreclose on our home? Do we let the bank repossess our cars? That initially your cars help provide your income because you have to have a way to work. And I was so ashamed of myself that I had let myself make those decisions, very, immature decisions, really, because all I saw was I was making $120,000 a year. Well, for 2 years of that, it dramatically decreased to less than $60,000 a year for 2 years. And when you lose $60,000 a year, nearly, in your income, it's a big uh-oh. Okay? Big uh-oh. So what we had to do was file Chapter 13 bankruptcy. And we owe 2 more years on that. Currently, I still have an $1,150 bankruptcy payment. We owe it for 2 more years. And people, they ask me, why do you do what you do? I have to do what I'm doing, guys. I have to make it work. And initially, I was only looking for a program that would allow me to get some extra money, just some extra income each month so I could breathe, okay? Well, I quickly found in a program that I was in that I could do much more than that. I could do way much more than that. Guys, I replaced my first year last year. I'd done an affiliate marketing program, and I replaced my wife's income. I met it. I'll say that. I matched her income. She did not quit her job, but I didn't match her income. The only problem I found with it, there was no residual on the end of it. I was slaving at the computer every night, every day when I got home. I was literally sleeping, 2, 3 hours a night, helping people that I shouldn't have been helping because I was no longer making money on them at all. And I was in another network marketing company, but it was very hard to do online. I couldn't do it with my schedule. They actually wound up closing their doors, and I was presented an opportunity just a few months ago, and I took a hold of the deal. And guys, I had the mindset then that I don't have to live up to my income. My income needs to be, if you make $120,000 a year, guys, you probably need to live at more like a $80,000, $70,000 a year lifestyle. That's you don't need to live at 120,000, yet alone like I was doing 125, $130,000. I was making 120 living $130,000 a year lifestyle. And then when my income dropped to about $60,000, I was still trying to live that $120,000 a year lifestyle. Back that up a little bit on the credit cards. I personally racked up over $20,000 in credit card debt. How does a person do that? I don't know, but I did it. Okay, I was not making the decisions I needed to make. Okay, I was not doing the things I needed to do. I was not managing my money properly. And I will say, we were still going out to eat. We were still buying things that we didn't need to buy. We were still doing things that we didn't need to do. But it was habit. It was such a hard habit to break. Guys, and if you're in this situation right now, I would just highly suggest you, your spouse, whoever that you're managing your money with, sit down, write out all of your expenses, write out all of your intake. Okay, what you're intaking, how much money you're intaking a month, and write out all your expenses. And I'm talking down to the last box of French fries or the last Coke that you stop and buy that's $1.10. Write it out. You're going to be shocked how much you spend each month is not necessary. Okay, when we done that, oh my goodness, there was one month that we spent nearly $500 in eating out. The next month we spent like $800 in eating out. And we wrote that down and we looked at it. And I said, this is ridiculous. Why am I doing this? But guys, it was such a hard habit to break. And this isn't, I'm not, I don't know your personal experience. I don't know. I don't know what your why is. I don't know if it's similar to mine, but I'm sharing with you why I had to do something different, okay? And now my why has turned into something much greater, okay? Because, guys, I work my regular job. My income's back up, okay? It's back up. Praise God that it's back up. But here's what I find myself. I find myself working 60-plus hours a week, okay? Driving an hour and a half, 2 hours one way, slaving all day long, coming home and my daughter's in bed. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to be the dad or the mother that was never home because they were working all the time? Nobody wants to do that. So when I was presented with this opportunity that I have right now, and I started making money like I started making money, I said, you know what? This is going to become my full-time job. This is. And guys, in just a few short months, it is becoming my full-time job. You better believe that I am working this harder than ever, okay? I am working this so hard right now. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, when do you sleep? I said, I don't. I take naps at night. Because, guys, I have to get up between 3:30 and 4 o'clock every morning to go to work. And sometimes I'm still on my computer at 1 a.m. I'm doing what it takes right now for just a short time, okay? I'm doing right now what others won't do. Okay, get your mindset right. Get it right. If you're not properly managing your money, okay, I strongly urge you to start managing your money. Seek help if you need to seek help, okay? Luckily, we were able to grasp a hold of it ourselves. We started writing out a budget, what goes where, when it goes where, how much money we're going to have extra each month, and how much money we can put back. And you know what? Sometimes we could put back no more than 10, 15 bucks a month, but we did it. We did it, okay? And that's the thing. You have to do something like that. And yeah, you know what? There's been times in between there where it hasn't been so great. But you know what? When I saw this opportunity, I said, you know what? I can take it and I can run with it for just a little bit. For just a little bit. And we're going to be okay. And now we're looking at the end of the year. My wife and I are going to walk away from our jobs together. I got something planned for that, something big planned for that. I think, what I'm thinking is maybe a helicopter comes and flies and picks me up at work, and I audio sit and video the whole thing and go over to my wife's place of employment. She fires her boss. We fly off, land somewhere. Somebody else can pick up our cars. I don't care. They can have them for all I care. But, we want to make a grand exit when we leave our location of employment. And because it's something I've been talking about for probably a year now, okay? My wife, she loves her job, but she hates her job. I don't know if there's any of you out there like that right now, okay? But guys, this comes from the heart, okay? This is not one of my hyped up, beefed up videos about how you need to go get it done or anything like that, okay? But you do need to go get it done. But you need to decide for yourself, okay? Am I managing my money properly? Do I have what it takes to manage my money properly? And am I willing to do what others won't do so I can have the freedom that I need? Guys, just think about those things right now, okay? Because it's very easy. You can keep doing what you're doing and keep getting what you're getting. Or you can be that person out there that instead of saying, I can't afford to buy into my own business, you can do what I done when I bought into my first business. And I sold some of my personal belongings. I done what it took. Okay, I done what it took. And I got in that business. In that first business, I didn't make much money, but I learned a lot. And people are like, what do you get from that? You get a lot from that. As education is priceless. Plus, I didn't work the business like what they were telling me to. Okay, but I did sell something to get in my first business. So if you're that person that has to sell something to get in your business, if you have the same kind of drive that I do and others do, you will make it happen. Okay? Thirdly, don't let your friends and family affect the decisions that you're going to make for your own financial future. Not pretty. Do not let them do that. You get a hold of your goals, not somebody else's. You get a hold of your goals and you stick with them, guys, and you're going to have that financial freedom that you need. I love what we're doing now. I love the family that we've created. I love this atmosphere that we have. It's better than any I've ever seen, guys. And with the Shopping Sherlock, we have affiliates in Shopping Sherlock making upwards of $20,000 a week. Okay? Yes, a week. It's possible. That's because somebody got in there and worked hard just for a little bit. Guys, you can do this too. Comment on my video. Let me know your thoughts. A lot of you are probably going to be shocked right now. Some of you are probably learning this for the first time. And all I can say is it's just not something I was ready to let go of yet. But I am now. People need to know the truth and everything and why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it for my beautiful little 4-year-old girl. I'm doing it for my beautiful wife, Jamie. Yes. But ultimately, when I started doing it, I had to do it. I had to do it because I have an $1,150 bankruptcy payment every single month. That's a nice house, guys. That's a real nice house. And you know what? I was talking to Michael Weeder, and I told him about my situation. And I told him in 2 years I'd be buying me a new house, and I cannot wait to buy me a new house. Okay, and it's not, I don't think that's a bad decision. But guys, if you could see our house, it's a little house. We are cramped in our little house. There's no room for growth in our little house. Okay, I am just ready for another house. Am I going to go overboard? Probably not. Okay, I'm not one anymore to buy things that I really don't need. Okay, but get it right, guys. Get your mindset right. Let's go make some money. Let's dig into this and let's make it happen. Guys, love you. Proud that you're on the team. If you're not on the team yet, guys, get with me today. Let's talk about this. Let me hear what your goals are. Let me hear what your ideas are. Let me hear what you want to do for your family. What you have to do, like what I did. Like what you have to do right now. What do you have to do? Because people keep saying, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. I need this much more money. But if you're not doing anything to get that money, guys, it's never going to happen. So what kind of sacrifice are you willing to make right now for just a little bit of time so you can have all that freedom and money later? Think about it. Guys, connect with me. We'll see you later.